From silence to belonging, an opening note of reflection. Have you ever sat in an empty living room's sunlight pooling on the rug, only to feel a hollowness echo louder than your own footsteps? When was the last time you spoke, not out of habit, but truly felt heard? Not a quick, "How are you?" by phone, but a conversation where your heart found a home. If this question made you pause, you're not alone. Loneliness after retirement isn't a distant whisper. It can feel like a shout in a cavern of memories, of purpose, of roles once held, of laughter shared. Today, we gently hold that feeling, because from that gentle acknowledgement, we will sow seeds of reconnection with others, and just as importantly, with ourselves. The awakening moment. I'm ordinary people, your neighbor in the journey of retirement. I'm not here to lecture. I'm here to walk beside you. In the next 45 minutes, we'll explore why loneliness emerges when our calendars finally clear, and how we can turn empty hours into meaningful moments. You'll learn 1. Key scientific insights on aging and social connection. 2. 5 actionable strategies to rebuild a sense of belonging. 3. Deeper research findings to guide your lifelong growth. By the end, you'll possess a personal roadmap from silent rooms to warm conversations, and perhaps even a newfound purpose for waking up tomorrow with anticipation. The awakening of curiosity. When we retire, we leave behind structured days filled with meetings, deliverables, and daily interactions. Suddenly, the world is quiet. In the Harvard Study of Adult Development, Dr. Robert J. Waldinger tells us that true wealth isn't money, it's our relationships. The good life is built with good relationships, he says. Over 80 years of tracking, that study reveals connection as the strongest predictor of lifelong health and happiness. But loneliness isn't just emotional, it's physical. Dr. Becca Levy's groundbreaking work at Yale shows that negative beliefs about aging increase the risk of heart disease, dementia, even premature death. Our expectations about growing older can shape our reality, she warns. If we tell ourselves retirement means social withdrawal, our bodies may follow suit. Meanwhile, Dr. Lovra Carstensen's socio-emotional selectivity theory teaches that as our sense of time narrows, we prioritize what truly matters, quality over quantity. We seek relationships that nourish, not exhaust us. That shift offers a profound chance to curate connections that feed our souls, rather than simply fill our days. So if your phone rings less often or coffee dates dwindle, remember, you're not failing at friendship. You're at a crossroads, invited to craft deeper bonds, richer experiences, and to rewrite the script of your next act. Insight 1. Build your small circle of connection. Dr. Nancy Schlossberg, renowned transition expert, reminds us, we don't need hundreds of friends. We need a handful who truly see us. Imagine a circle of 2 or 3 people, family, an old colleague, a neighbor, who become your lifeline. Schedule a weekly check-in call with one friend. No agenda, just open hearts. Host a fortnightly coffee date at the local cafe, where the barista greets you by name. Use video platform Zoom, FaceTime to bridge distances. See their smiles, catch the small changes that texts miss. These micro-rituals send a signal to your brain, I matter. I belong. Who in your life could become a member of your small circle this week? Jot down a name now. Insight 2. Embrace meaningful social roles. Dr. Ken Dykewald, author of The Power Years, asserts, to feel alive, we must feel needed. When work ends, the sense of being indispensable can vanish unless we choose to replace it. Consider these options. Volunteer at your community garden or library. Your lifetime of skills is a treasure trove. Mentor a young professional, passing on insights forged by decades of experience. Start a kindness project. Weekly handwritten notes to neighbors, care packages to a local shelter. Each time you give your time, your wisdom, you ignite a spark within. You reclaim purpose. You prove to yourself, I am still relevant. I am still able to contribute in meaningful ways. Insight 3. Befriend solitude as a catalyst. Dr. Mo Wang, in his research on workplace well-being, reminds us that solitude isn't void, it's fertile ground. Loneliness emerges when we haven't made peace with our own company, he says. Instead of fleeing silence, lean into it. 1. Journal for 10 minutes each morning. Write fears, hopes, small joys. Over time, you'll spot patterns, hidden needs waiting for attention. 2. Engage in a solo creative pursuit, painting, gardening, learning a musical instrument. These acts of creation soften the sting of emptiness. 3. Practice mindfulness. A single breath in and out can anchor you in presence, not absence. When silence becomes friend, you'll discover an inner reservoir of calm, compassion, and clarity qualities that strengthen every other relationship you hold. Insight 4. Cultivate generative conversations. As Dr. Lovra Carstensen teaches, our prioritized goals become emotionally meaningful. Why not channel that into deeper dialogue? Host a monthly story circle, inviting friends or family to share a memory or lesson. Rotate who listens and who speaks. Start an intergenerational book club, grandchildren, neighbors, young professionals unpacking a novel or memoir. Bridging decades in a single conversation. Ask open-ended questions. What was the bravest thing you ever did? Or what advice would you give your younger self? In these moments, you're not just talking, you're transmitting wisdom, strengthening bonds, and crafting a legacy of empathy that resonates far beyond retirement. Insight 5. Rediscover and reignite purpose. Purpose, says Dr. Richard Leider, is a deep sense of calling that gives meaning to everyday life. Retirement isn't an endpoint, it's an invitation to explore fresh passions. Create a purpose portrait. List activities that energize you, skills you cherish, causes close to your heart. Experiment weekly, baking for a cause, teaching a community workshop, or even writing a memoir chapter. Notice what makes you lose track of time. Share your journey publicly. A small blog, a local talk series, or video diaries. Your curiosity becomes contagious. When you anchor each day to purpose, no matter how modest, you inject your life with forward momentum, shifting loneliness into eager anticipation. The final light, we've explored strategies. Now let's deepen our understanding. Neuroscience shows our brains remain plastic well into later life, capable of rewiring through new experiences. Studies by Dr. Becca Levy demonstrate that a positive aging mindset not only reduces loneliness, but also enhances cognitive function. Participants who embraced optimistic age beliefs saw a 1.5-year improvement in memory tests over controls. Dr. Mo Wang's work on generativity reveals that helping others activates neural reward circuits, the same pathways sparked by exercise or social media likes. Essentially, each act of giving enriches our brain chemistry, reinforcing a virtuous cycle of connection and well-being. Meanwhile, Dr. Nancy Schlossberg's transition theory highlights 4 key elements: situation, self, support, strategies that predict how well we adapt. We've touched on support and strategies, but take a moment to reflect on your situation. Are there unresolved issues, moving homes, health changes that need acknowledging? And self, how do your inner strengths, resilience, humor, curiosity guide your path forward? With these insights, loneliness transforms from an uninvited guest to a messenger, signaling where to grow, adapt, and flourish. From knowing to becoming, we began with silence. We named loneliness, listened to its lessons, and discovered paths back to belonging. You re not at the end of a journey, you re at the threshold of your next great chapter. Carry these truths with you. Connection fuels health and happiness. Purpose drives our days. Solitude can be a sanctuary, not a prison. Retirement is not a curtain call, it's an encore. The stage is blank, ready for new scenes of friendship, discovery, and impact. Until the next reflection before we part, I have one question for you. What is the very next step you will take to shift from isolation toward belonging? Will you send a text to an old friend? Sign up to volunteer? Open your journal tonight? Type your intention in the comments below. Your words might inspire someone else to act. If this conversation brought comfort or stirred a spark, please like, share, and subscribe. Tap the bell icon so we can continue walking this path together. Your story matters. Your next step matters. Thank you for sharing this time. May every silent moment become an invitation to connect, to create, to belong.